Good day, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You're welcome to today's live stream. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. I want to be sure you can hear me loud and clear. Also confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm I'm audible. Good morning. Thanks for joining. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, please drop it in the comment section. If you have any pair you want me to analyze or you have any question, drop it in the comment section. And how has been trading this week? Today is Wednesday. How has been trading the past 2 days? Monday, Tuesday, how has it been? How has it been? Drop your comment, drop your comments. What pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's start by looking at the fundamentals. I want to believe you all can hear me loud. Let's start with the fundamentals. Okay, so let's start with the fundamentals. Today is, I don't think it's any news today. Okay, I think the only major news is coming from Australia, and that news has been released by 2:30 a.m. This news was released 2:30 a.m. That's consumer price index for Australia. And you can see the difference between the actual forecast. The difference is much. So they expect Australian dollar to gain value. Okay, they expect Australian dollar to gain value because of this. And when the news got released, if you look at it bought Australian dollar USD bought after this news got released 2.8, 2.3. The difference is much. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Isaiah, Mr. Atonda. Good morning. Okay, so that's only fundamental news. And tomorrow, GDP will be released. US GDP data will be released tomorrow by 1:30 p.m. And because of this news that has been expected tomorrow, on USD pairs, because this is what the institutions are looking at. Okay, they are waiting for this news to be released before they would execute their order. So if you're trading USD, you have to be conservative. You have to be conservative, okay? If you see your trade setup, if you see your pattern, you could take the trade, okay? But be conservative. Be conservative, okay? Preserve some capital for GDP. Preserve some capital for GDP. So let's go to the chart. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's Euro Aussie. This is my bias for Euro Aussie. Okay, this is Euro Aussie waiting for 1 hour candle to close bullish. If the current 1 hour candle closes bullish above this resistance, that's a buy trade for Euro Aussie. Okay, that's a buy trade for Euro Aussie. Okay, so I think it was this at this point the news got released. Yeah, so at this candle that you see here, that was when the news got released, and it was positive for Australian dollar. That's why it sold here. This bearish move was as a result of the news that was released. Okay. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section if there's any pair you want me to analyze. Let me know in the comment section. So let's look at DXY. So you can see DXY has been bullish. Tell you guys that those of you that attended the class yesterday that DXY is bullish. You can see if you look at GU, EU, analyzed it last night. You guys, those pairs will sell, and it's selling at the moment. It is selling at the moment. Okay, time frame. What can you see? So DXY is bullish. It's been bullish since the market, and it's currently at a resistance level, right? It's currently at a resistance level. The liquidity residing at yesterday high has been swept. Would this resistance hold price? Would it hold price? Okay, so price is currently at a resistance level. Let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see what's happening on 4 hour. Okay, so 4 hour, I think it has filled this fair value gap, right? So if a bearish reversal pattern forms, okay, if a bearish reversal pattern forms on 4 hour time frame, you might want to consider selling US dollar, okay? You might want to consider selling US dollar if a bearish reversal pattern forms after this gap gets filled, okay? And also if you apply your Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, price is at what? A premium area. So if a bearish reversal pattern forms, then you could consider selling dollar index, which is dollar, okay? Let's see what's happening on one. Okay, USD CHF EU. Okay, we'll look at that in a few minutes. So wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form on 1 hour time frame before you take a sell on the dollar. I hope that is clear. That's my take on the dollar. If dollar does not sell today, if dollar does not sell tomorrow, most likely tomorrow after GDP data is released, it's likely going to sell if it does not sell today. Okay, so let's see yen basket. Okay, yen is bearish. Yen is bearish, so look for buys on GBP on yen baskets. Okay, yen is bearish, so look for buys on JPY pairs. It's likely coming for these lows. Okay, that should be the next target for USD JPY. Okay, USD JPY is bearish. I think price has filled the fair value gap it created yesterday. I think the fair value gap was created on 4 hour time frame, and I think price has filled that gap. Okay. You can see this fair value gap here. There's a tiny fair value gap here. I think price has filled. There's a tiny fair value gap here. Tiny fair value gap here. Let's go down to 1 hour to see it clearly. Let's go down to 1 hour. Okay, so you can see this fair value gap here. You can see. Let's go down to 15 minutes. Not too clear on 1 hour. Even on 15 minutes, you can see. So you can see this fair value gap on. You can see this fair value gap on 15 minutes. You can see this gap has been filled. And you can see the pattern that formed after this gap got filled. You can see there was an attempt to fill this gap at this point. There was an attempt to fill it at this point. Okay, so I see this as a trap. This relative equal high is a trap for retail traders. So most retail traders would have executed this because they had a doji here, they had a shooting star. Most retail traders would have executed sell, and their stop losses will be residing at these highs or a few pips above these highs. And what have they done this morning? This is London key zone. London key zone. You can see, and they filled that gap. You can see, and we have a bearish reversal pattern on 15 minutes time frame. It's time to sell the yen. Sell the yen. Sell the yen. Okay? Sell the yen. So let's look at Euro USD. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that, and if it's your stream, please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Okay? You don't want to miss any of the classes. Just subscribe to the channel. So let's start with the daily EU. This is what I don't like about trading view. The network is down, just freezes. Okay, so EU, as you can see, is bearish at the moment. It is bearish at the moment. So this week, dollar is likely going to confuse this value. It is likely. And this is likely going to play out tomorrow. Okay, so EU is bearish. Well, I don't think this will be the right time to sell EU. I don't think it's the right time unless you're willing to take high risk. Unless you're willing to take high risk. Okay. Finally, I would love to see a retracement. Let's go down to 4 hour. Should have a fair value gap on 4 hour time frame. Okay. So if I want to sell EU today, I would love to see price pull back to this fair value gap. This is where you should look for your entry pattern. This is where you should look for your entry pattern. Okay, you can see at the moment price is at what? The support area. Okay, it's as a support area. So price is likely going to retrace back to gain momentum before selling. Okay, so you can see where price it started selling from this point. If you have missed this move, second opportunity was at this point. If you have missed this, wait for price to pull back to this area before you sell. This is my take on EU. This is my take on EU. Okay. I hope that is clear. Let me drop this on a few minutes, please. Let me drop this on WhatsApp before I forget. I can drop this later. Max trading committee. Okay, so that is it for EU. USD CHF is negatively correlated with Euro USD. So if you are considering selling Euro USD, you should be considering buying USD CHF. Okay. USD CHF. Okay, so USD CHF has been bullish. You can see this is where I started buying. So you don't want to buy from this point. Always remember to identify where price is coming from, where it is at the moment, and where it is going to. So I think USD CHF is coming to fill this fair value gap. I think this is where USD CHF is heading to. So what has played out this morning? USD CHF. Okay, let's start with the daily time frame. Okay, so yesterday was strongly bearish. So we had this. That's the liquidity for yesterday market, and this is liquidity. So today they've swept the sell side liquidity. They've also swept buy side liquidity. Let's go to 4 hour. Okay, so they've swept buy side liquidity. First thing they did was to sweep sell side liquidity this morning. You can see this low. So the first thing they did this morning was to sweep the liquidity residing at this previous low. You can see that we had an inverted hammer, and this candle that looks like an engulfing candle. So you would have bought from this point. Okay, you would have bought from this point, and the market has traded about 30 pips above this level. 30 pips above this level. So I would advise you wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap. This is where you should be looking for your buys. For those of you who trade with the zigzag indicator, you know what you should look out for at this point. Wait for your zigzag. A zigzag indicator must appear below the bullish reversal pattern. Okay, so there's a zigzag indicator below a bullish reversal pattern. After price fill this fair value gap, that should be on 1 hour time frame or 15 minutes time frame. There's no zigzag below, and don't take the trade. Don't take the trade. You know what you have to look out for. Zigzag must be below minutes. Find it on 1 hour. There is zigzag below 15 minutes. I hope that is clear. That's my take on USD CHF, Mr. Joseph. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. I appreciate every one of you that have given the video a thumbs up. For those of you who have not given the video a thumbs up, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's costing nothing. Give the video a thumbs up so that others can get to see this video and benefit from it, just as you're benefiting from it. Okay? Let's see gold. So gold just tested this resistance support. Okay, gold just tested this area, this support zone, and there's a strong rejection from that area. What's happening on gold? So I think gold will be bearish today. That's my take on gold. You can see gold has been selling since the market opened. Gold has been bearish. It's been bearish, and so let's see what we have on 1 hour. The bias for gold today is bearish. Bias for gold is bearish. I would love to see gold pull back. I'd love to see gold pull back to fill this fair value gap. Okay, I'd love to see gold fill this fair value gap before going bearish. That's my take on gold. My bias for gold is bearish. I see gold coming to fill this fair value gap. I see gold pulling back to fill this fair value gap. Joro boy, good morning. Mr. Caller, good morning, sir. Okay, so that's what I see playing out on gold. Now, I've always told you guys that price pulling back to your area of interest is a probability. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. Price might not come back here. It might just keep selling. So what do you do in this case? Risk less. Okay, risk less. For example, if I want to take this trade on gold, if this 1 hour candle, if this current 1 hour candle closes bearish, if it closes bearish as a bearish pattern, maybe a shooting star or a spinning top, I can take a sell trade. I will take a sell trade, but I will not go all in. I wouldn't go all in. If I'm to risk $50 today, I will risk $20 on this first trade. Set my stop loss at this point. My stop loss will be at this point. So if I take the trade from the current market price, which is 837,943, 837,943, that's about 110 pips risk. 110 pips. So I'm going to risk $20 on this first trade. Then if price pulls back to this zone, I would execute with the remaining $30. I would execute with the remaining $30. Okay. Once you've known the trend, you're convinced that the trend is bearish, you don't have to wait most times for price to get to your POI. Okay, it's not a must. But if you want to wait, it's fine. It's okay. Just sharing with you how I execute my trades. Okay. Just share with you how I execute my trade. In trading, you must understand that there's no such thing as perfect entry. There's no such thing as perfect entry. So that's my take on gold. You either wait for price to pull back to this area for you to sell, or after this 1 hour candle closes, if it closes bearish, you could consider selling gold to this this level. That's my take on gold. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Which other pair do you want me to analyze? You have any question? Is there another pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. Suppose there are no questions. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? UA. Which one is UA? Which one is UA, Joro boy? Which pair is UA? UC, okay. U card. USD card should be bullish. USD card should be bullish. You can see USD card has been ranging for some days now. It's been ranging. All this range we're seeing on USD base is as a result of GDP. It's because of GDP. USD pairs are ranging at the moment. It's because of GDP data that will be released tomorrow by 1 day. That's the reason for this ranging market. It's the reason. Okay, let's start with the daily time frame. So if today's candle closes bullish, then we should expect back on USD CAD tomorrow. If today's candle closes bullish, we'd expect buy on USD CAD tomorrow. Okay. Also, we can see it's been ranging. It's been ranging. Okay. So let's see. So on 4 hour, what can we see here? On 4 hour, price pulled back. I think it's filled this fair value gap and strong rejection. Rejection from that zone. So I would only consider selling if this zone is broken. If price closes below this zone, that is when I would consider selling. But at the moment, since the market is trading above this demand area, it indicates that we have more buys than sell. It indicates that we have more buys than sell. I would only consider selling if price breaks out from this zone. Okay, so my bias on UCAS still remains bullish. It still remains bullish. So let's go down to 1 hour. So you can see what played out this morning. We had this fair value gap on 1 hour time frame. You can see we had this fair value gap on 1 hour time frame. Price pulled back and filled that fair value gap. And you can see the pattern that formed after price filled that fair value gap. You can see. So you could wait for price to probably pull back to this zone before you buy. Or you can see it has created a fair value gap. Let's identify the gap on 15 minutes time. Okay, let's see 15 minutes. So you can see this fair value gap of 15 minutes. So you could wait for price to come, to trace back to fill this new fair value gap it has created. And you can see this new fair value gap is in confluence with this breakout block. You can see this fair value gap is in confluence with this mitigation. Sorry, this is a mitigation block. This is a mitigation block. So that is a key area to consider buying. If you see buy here, your zigzag is below a candle, do not hesitate to buy USD CAD. Don't hesitate. If zigzag appears below a bullish reversal pattern on 15 minutes time frame, do not hesitate to execute buy on USD CAD. And if you are buying from this zone, you can set your stop loss or this low initially. Your stop loss, okay. Place your stop loss here. You can set. Let me go to 1 hour. Okay. So if you are buying from this zone, you could set your stop loss at this point. Let your stop loss be at this point. Okay. No, this is too close. It's too close. This is 3. You're buying from 3838. You cannot set it at 3833. Okay. So you can set it here. Use this low. Okay. Use this low, which is about 20 pips. Your stop loss should be at this low. Okay. You are risking, let's say, 30 pips. You aim for 60 pips. Okay. So if you buy from this point, your stop loss initially should be at this level. If price breaks out from this high, you can now adjust your stop loss. Okay, you cannot bring it from this point to this point if price breaks out from this high. Okay, but initially your stop loss should be at this low. Okay, once price breaks out from this high, you can now adjust your stop loss to this level. So that's my take on USD CAD. Technically, USD CAD should buy. The only thing that will make USD CAD sell will be fundamentals, but technically, USD CAD should buy today. It should buy today. Though the market has been ranging on USD CAD, but if I'm going to take any risk on USD CAD, it will be bullish. I will go bullish on USD CAD. Okay. Okay, so which other pair do you want me to analyze? NZD USD is positively correlated with Euro USD. NZD USD is positively correlated with Euro USD. So if we're considering selling Euro USD, should also be looking for sales on NZD USD. You should also be looking for sales on NZD USD. Please, if there's any pair you want me to analyze, I can see some persons are just joining the session. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know. We've analyzed gold, we've analyzed the EU, we've analyzed UCAD, we've analyzed dollar index, we've analyzed yen. So if you are just joining, maybe you have to watch the replay. Okay, NZD USD. So NZD USD has been bearish. It's been bearish since the market opened, so we cannot sell from the current market price. Started dropping today, and as you can see, it's just swept the liquidity residing at this low. We had this fair value gap here. Price pulled back to fill this fair value gap, and the low of this candle, this hammer candle, became an area of liquidity, and price has pulled back to sweep that liquidity. The next thing it will do, remember, price moves from external to internal range liquidity. Okay, first price will sweep liquidity residing at external range, then it pulls back to fill imbalances. Okay, so it has swept sell side liquidity. Its next move now will be to go and fill fair value gap it created before sweeping liquidity. So this is where you should be looking for sales on New Zealand USD. This is my take on New Zealand USD. Look for sales if price goes back into this. So that would be a good price for sell on USD, NZD USD. Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Is there any pair you want me to analyze? Any instrument you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Is that all for today? Is that all for today? Do you have any question? Any pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. Any question? Any question? Now, for those of you in the Ultimate group, the Ultimate on Forex Traders community, if you have any question, just drop it in the comments. Drop it in the group if you have any question. If there's any pair you are having challenges or analyzing, let us know in the comment section. Okay? Let us know in the comment section so that we can give our opinion on that pair. If you are not too sure of the direction, drop it in the community so that we can attend to your questions. So I think that will be all for this session. For those of you who are yet to get the Forex Mastery course, you can get it today for 10,000. Last week it was 5,000. The price was increased on, that was on Monday. I increased the price to 10,000 naira, so you can have access to it for 10,000 naira today. By next week or in 2 weeks time, I might increase the price. I might increase the price. So get it while it is cheap and affordable. Get it while it is cheap and affordable. I want to appreciate every one of you for your participation. Mr. Isaiah, Mr. Adebayo, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Clemens, Mr. Kola, Joro Boy. Joro Boy, I think that is Emmanuel, right? Emmanuel, Joro Boy. I appreciate you all for your participation, and I wish you all a wonderful, profitable trading day. Okay, so that'll be all. I appreciate you all. Do have a wonderful day. Bye for now.